what's up, North County? Welcome to the Morning Brew. And do we have a show for you today? We have a few guests on today. We've got Borjon Auto Center, Ronnie Mayfield. We also have John Couch with the Estrella Warbirds. We're going to hear a little bit about Salute to our Heroes. And then we also have Vicky Mullen with Applause Children's Theater talking about the coming up of the Charlie Brown Christmas story. But right now we got Ronnie Mayfield here with Borjon Auto Center. Thanks for coming in, man.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, for sure. You guys got a lot of stuff going on over there at Borjon.
We do have a lot of stuff going on there at Borjon. Recently, Mark just acquired his lots back, so he's been increasing inventory and doing all these things, you know. Over 108 new vehicles on the lot right now, with more coming. I think over 43 of them are heavy duties, 25s and 26s, so kind of your mix of whichever you prefer.
You guys have a unique story because of where Borjon Auto Center is at and the years, how it's changed, but it's never really deviated too far away from GM.
No, so Mark's always kept that. The pride of Mark is that we are the truck people of General Motors, and he's very proud of that. So he is very focused on selling new GMCs and getting the new GMCs into the county and into the public and everything like that, with, you know, commercial bodies, which is a big deal for GMC, and then also the used and everything else he likes to dip his hands into. So
interesting.
It's kind of grown, but it's the same basic principles. When I started for Mark, it was new cars downstairs where the lot is, the big one, and then where he has his commercial lot now is our used car lot, and I actually worked up there to start in his used car lot.
So that used car lot, well, I guess it's
now commercial.
It's commercial, yes, up top,
because we have more commercial than used at the moment. So we've moved used down to the bottom so that it gets the freeway access, which makes sense, and then put the commercial up on top and bring it down slowly so that people can see it if they don't turn up, you know.
So Ronnie, people in our North County, I mean, everybody drives like really like focused and. Mm-hmm. You know, where are you guys located?
Okay, we're located right on the corner of 46 East and Golden Hill Road. So okay, like right across from Eagle Energy, that Mobile 46 gas station. We're right on the corner, right on the right-hand side if you're heading out east.
And you also have Hummer.
Oh yeah, we have Hummer. GMC owns Hummer, and we got the Sierra EV. We've got, obviously, your Terrains, Acadias, which they've done and changed everything about the terrain, all the trim lines, everything. They went to an Elevation last year, and now for 26, they have a Elevation, an AT4, and a Denali. So they're adding more trim lines to the terrain. We got Acadias, Yukons, Yukon XLs, Canyons, Sierra 1500, Sierra 2500, 3500, Savannah 2500 and 3500s. We've got the heavy duties, you know, there's a ton of stuff.
Tell me about your service bodies and your options for, you know, in the construction industry. So you can pretty much get custom stuff for any client.
We can, depending on how much time you have. You know, we try and carry some in stock with different service bodies or contractors' bodies, gas, diesels, 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive. You know, try and keep a little bit of everything because you never know what somebody's going to want. We have flatbeds. We can kind of get whatever you want. But if we don't have the exact truck you want, it's a little bit tougher because you got to wait on the bed. And you have to wait on a cab and chassis, and GM isn't as big about those things right now. So unfortunately, the bed companies are a little behind. So we do our best. But yes, we could accommodate that, yes.
Now, if somebody already has a truck, yeah, can they just buy a service body from you guys? Or does it not work that way?
Okay, so there's a lot of, you can take a truck bed off of a truck and put a service body on it.
Okay.
But it's a little more challenging because the cab to axle is different. So everything is different when the truck has an actual bed than if it's a cab and chassis, which is strange. It's got different dimensions. And then sometimes the wiring can be a little bit challenging, but it can be done. I've heard of people, we've done it before, you know, it's just you have to find the right bed, and then you'll have to get some modules and a couple extra things in order to make it work because of the lighting and everything like that. But yes, it can be done as well.
Ronnie, what's your favorite vehicle on the lot right now? Right now. It could be a used one. It could be brand new Denali.
My favorite vehicle on the lot right now, and I don't know why it is is probably the Canyons, the Canyon AT4s. And we've
those
been
are the
selling
small,
them
those
like
are the
crazy.
smaller trucks, right?
Yeah, and we've been selling them like crazy, so I don't know why it's my favorite right now because I should pick something that's not selling because I'm running out of them. But I just like the look and what they've done with it. I've driven it. It's comfortable. It's quiet. It rides almost like an SUV, but it's a truck. And they just have a great look to them.
How do you like the color that they have? That tan sand or what
The new Coastal Dune.
is that? What they call that?
Yeah, it's called Coastal Dune. And I absolutely like it. We sold an AT4 to a customer that's a really loyal customer. You're probably going to be seeing it around here pretty quick. And it's an AT4, and it's got that Coastal Dune on a 3/4 ton, and it's all blacked out and everything, and it looks sharp. Very, very sharp.
I mean, it's just a neutral color that
It's neutral. It's going to be perfect for dirt ranching. I mean, we have people ordering it like crazy for the vineyards and stuff already. Yeah, no, they did a good job.
Let's talk about that truck for a minute. So that truck has the full suspension package, right?
Which one?
The AT,
The AT4.
the AT4.
Yeah, so depending on which one you're getting. So like on a heavy duty, it's more just the look. I think you have to go to an AT4X and then you get a 2-inch lift. On the half tons, they come with the 4-inch lift on just stock.
Okay, and are those hybrids or are they the engine?
They're just all gas. We
They're
don't
all
have
gas.
anything hybrid. So you can either get pretty much a gas motor with GM or a full electric. And that's in the Sierra EV and the Hummers. Other than that, we're only gas motors.
So they've kind of abolished the whole.
No, they haven't abolished it. They just don't have a hybrid. Like they'd never gotten into the hybrid game. They did back in like 2015, I think. Remember the Tahoes and the trucks and stuff? And they didn't do it didn't go well. So they kind of split away from that and went back to we'll stick to what we know, which is gas motors or straight electric.
And so GM doesn't have like cars anymore?
GMC definitely doesn't. I know Buick doesn't anymore. And no, I don't think. Oh, Chevrolet had the Malibu. So I don't know. I would have to look because I'm not at a Chevy store anymore, so I don't get to see that part anymore.
So would you say that like kind of your Hummer or your I think it's the
Acadia.
Acadia.
Mm-hmm.
Those have kind of transitioned into the family vehicles.
Terrains and Acadias really have, and then obviously once your family gets to a certain size, Yukon XL. But yeah, kind of Terrains. The Chevy Traxes. Those have all kind of taken away from what used to be a car. And turned it into like what they call almost a CUV, compact utility vehicle. But yeah, cars have kind of, it is interesting because even Ford, I think, has gone away from their cars.
You also have a pretty large used car lot.
So we do. With 108 new vehicles, obviously when you're selling a new vehicle, usually you're getting a used one in on trade. So I've been doing my best to grow that, but used vehicles move so fast. Obviously, my plan was to get it up to 40 or 50, and a couple of times I've gotten to 25, 30, and then all of a sudden it just works its way right back down to 15 or 10, and I'm like, so it'll be like a big, nice trade-ins on new, blah, 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 and then all of a sudden it'll go to used, and all my used will sell. And then, so right now I think I have 19 used on my lot.
And you guys pretty much just stay with like SUVs and trucks?
No, I mean, if I took in a car, I've sold multiple Hondas and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Toyota cars. We would sell a car in a heartbeat as long as it's something that's going to fit the market for us. I mean, if it's a BMW or Mercedes, we don't tend to have that type of clientele for that much for the most part. So we typically try and keep, things that we know sell. So Toyotas, Hondas, if there is a car, maybe a Mazda.
So Ronnie, you're the sales manager at Borjon Auto Center. And so how much influence do you have on the car sale? So I want to know the depth of like your particular job. So salesman comes in and says, "Hey Ronnie, hey Mr. Mayfield," however they call you, right?
We can't use that word on the radio or on TV or any of that stuff.
Mister?
Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with Mr.
Okay, so they come in and they say, "Hey, I've got this customer and they're interested." At what part do you jump in, or how far do you let the salesman take it?
Oh man. So for me, I trust my salespeople. I feel that they know what they're doing, and I try and trust them. And I hate to compare them to children, but I'm their babysitter. I have to oversee them. So I do some things that is a little different and unconventional. If they're inside, I'm always listening to what they're saying, how the conversation's going. If they're outside, I'm watching body language.
With the customer.
With the customer.
Okay.
So I don't get involved until I feel I need to. Everybody wants to meet me, but they want to meet me at their time, right? They don't want to meet me if they're still looking at a vehicle and they're not considering buying. Like, if they're out there and they're still just shopping, right? Which people do, that's fine. And I go out there to try and move this sale along. I kind of come in as the big bad wolf, right? Now all of a sudden I'm being the pushy sales guy, so I don't ever want anybody to feel that. So a lot of the time I will hold back until I feel I'm needed. But most deals are decided ultimately by me or Jerry or the Borjons. Like I'll go to Jennifer or Mark and ask, hey, should I do this? But for the most part, they trust me and my decision. And so most of the deals are, hey, you come in, salesman meets the customer. If they fall in love with the vehicle and I don't have to get involved at all, I never come out of my office. If somebody says, hey, I want to meet your manager, I'll be out there in a heartbeat, because a lot of people think, oh, that's the person you can't meet.
So they want to meet you because they think that you're going to be able to,
you're gonna give me the best deal.
Versus
I don't have to go do the back and forth thing that people say. A lot of the time, I don't want to do the back and forth. My salesperson doesn't. Neither do you. Like, we usually try and do the easiest way possible, but they think that if they get straight to me, that instantly they'll just get the absolute best deal.
Well, I think that's kind of the perception of the car salesman, the car lot. Going to look at vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna, the salesman's gonna try to take everything and squeeze as much juice out of the fruit as they can, and here comes a sales manager that goes, oh, Jimmy, you're fine, let's knock another $5,000 off.
No, I wish it were more like that. Most of the time I come in and I'm like, hey, like, here's the evidence. I have nowhere else to go, like, because I'm not trying to do that to people. Mark's been in business too long. I want to be fair. I just want to make everybody feel the customer has to win, right? I'm fine with that. But I want to win a little too. We all got to win.
Sure.
If you win and I win, then we all win. Then when you come back the next time, I'm happy to help. I don't like to be a negative person or anything like that. I know people want the absolute best deal, but there's certain people that you just can never make happy. Even if you give them the best deal, they still have something that they're unhappy with. And though it's hard to help them sometimes. I want to, and I will, because that's that's how we make our money and that's how we survive. But it's so much harder to help somebody that has kind of beat you down throughout the whole process. Like, I get it. It's a stressful time. It's a lot of money and everything. And I don't want to take more money from you than I have to, but there's a cost to everything. So, yeah, I'll be involved almost all the time.
So, Ronnie, how do you guys stay relevant in today's market in car sales?
So we got different things. We got one young man that I appreciate a lot. He posts everything on Facebook, puts it in marketplace, and he spreads it. He'll send it to certain places he thinks it sells well. That's one way of staying relevant in there.
Kind of the younger generation, or
a lot of people use that Facebook marketplace.
Yeah, you're right, actually.
Like almost everybody, from what I've heard. I don't use it. I don't even have Facebook anymore. But people always tell me, go on Facebook Marketplace.
You're a different breed, Ronnie.
I know. I'm me. But yeah. So they'll be like, go on Facebook Marketplace all the time. I'm like, I don't have that. I don't. Okay. We do that. We do have an Instagram. We have a Facebook. We have a Snapchat. Try and stay as relevant. I don't do any of that, so I don't really. I need to probably learn it. That way I can help Haley out, because Haley does a really good job of staying up on that and trying to keep our posts up and stuff. I do like to take pictures of sold vehicles with customers if they're okay with that. Keep that posting, kind of makes people see like, oh, so-and-so, or stay relevant that way.
And I think that makes you also too. It's other people that are looking in and they see, somebody familiar, familiar face coming in. They bought a vehicle from Borjon Auto Center, and it becomes like, oh, okay, so they might know that person and know what type of personality they have and that they're doing business.
So it's funny because obviously I was born and raised here for the most part, and I was selling cars for a long time. And I did really, really well. And a lot of it is because I know so many people. So like, say me and you had never met before, but you came in to look at a car and I started talking to you. And next thing you know, me and you both knew, let's say Mark or somebody else. And now all of a sudden we have a friend in common. when I met you, I had about a 16% chance of selling you a vehicle, right? That's pretty low, 16%. And that's if you're really good. Now that we know the same person and we kind of have that in common, I jumped to almost 60%. And then you can keep building on that as you build rapport. And that's ultimately what it is somebody wanting to do business. You can go buy a car anywhere. You can look that car up and go get the best deal without even negotiating, right? And you may save $400 or $500 more than you spend with me. But that guy's going to sell you that car. He's going to ship you on the road, and he's never going to talk to you again. You come, yes. Am I going to be the best price? Most of the time, I'm close. Might be a little bit more. But you're going to get outstanding service. You're going to get hellos every time you come into the dealership. If you have a problem, I'm going to stand there beside you. I'm going to help you out. If you're in the grocery store and you say, hey, Ronnie, I'm going to say hello back. If you're mad at me, I'm not going to run from you. So in my mind, that's why Borjon has been so successful, is we all have that mentality of, I'm going to see you again. You're part of this community. I'm part of this community. I want to take care of you. Have we gotten those people that get upset and say, hey, I want just the absolute best deal? Yeah. And will they buy somewhere else? Yes. And then will they come and service with us and say how bad that experience at that dealership was? Yes. And will we make it better? Yes. And
right.
So it's kind of like a roundabout circle thing. But in the end of the day, people buy people. They don't buy cars.
And with Borjon Auto Center, Mark's been, a staple in the community as far as supporting, as much as he can. Matter of fact, our next guest coming up, we've got, Estrella Warbirds for a salute to our heroes out there at Warbirds this weekend. And Borjon is a sponsor and a part of that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Mark loves to be part of the community. I mean, whether it's all the rodeos or things that he's sponsored, golf tournaments, Warbirds. I mean, that's his thing. He likes to be a part of the community and donate and make it, get it bigger and do all those things to try and help out. It's just.
So Mark comes across as a big, rough, tough guy.
Yeah.
But inside,
I'm not going here, man. I'm not going to take that beating when he gets back from SEMA. You can ask him.
No. What I'm saying
I know.
is he's a. I mean, it's a nice family. Everybody there. You got Jennifer in the parts department. You got Mark at the sales.
Service. Jennifer's in service.
I'm sorry, service. You got Mark that is
Up
Mark,
sales.
has everything
Everywhere.
But it's like they really give you guys the reins, to do everything. As much as you can, right?
Well, I mean, and one thing I love about Mark is he believes if he's going to pay you to manage, then why does he managing you? Mm-hmm. I pay you to manage this dealership and this,
right? So
do it. So it's like one of those things.
Yeah. So Ronnie, tell me about. So we've got the end of the year coming up. You guys got 108 new vehicles in stock today. Yeah. I mean that more vehicles could come tomorrow, right?
They could show up when I'm pulling up to the dealership right now.
So you got the heavy, the heavy duties. You got the service body trucks. What does the now to the end of the year look like for Borjon's, for rebates, for savings, for how does a customer take advantage of this time frame?
So right now, GM is actually running some pretty heavy rebates on 25 half tons, and they're starting to come out a little bit with 26. It's tough because they do everything off of cab size and motor. So I want to say that if you have loyalty with the 2.7 liter half ton, you can get $8,000 in rebates right now on a 25 half ton crew cab 2.7 liter. Plus, I'm already doing an additional $2,000 dealer discount. So that would be $10,000 off if you qualified for that loyalty rebate, which would be if you own any 2012 or newer Buick or GMC only. But then you go to like the 5.3, and now they changed theirs. Theirs is loyalty, and I want to say theirs is like, I'd have to look it up again, but they all changed. So it's hard to say exactly what rebates are going to come out. I know we're doing discounts. All 25 half tons all have a $2,000 discount right off the bat before any rebates. That's just straight from the dealer. Right now they're doing $2,000 off on Denali heavy duties and only $1,000 off on all other trim levels, plus any discount that you're able to get from me. So that one is one that you get to come in and play games with. We don't just have a set discount on that one yet. I might come up. Do you have
a bottom level though?
Always. Don't we all have a bottom level? It's like when you're married, everybody talks about how they have a dollar amount where the wife doesn't have to call unless they hit that dollar amount. It's the same thing for a car deal. Like at a certain point,
my wife never calls.
You haven't set the dollar amount. You're smart. Mine either.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, so you got, like I said, I mean, everybody, the perception of the end of the year is savings, car sales, cars got to move. We got 25s, coming into the end of the 2025 year. You got the 26s probably already showing up, right?
I have 26s on the lot.
Okay.
For half tons, terrains, Acadias, Canyons, and heavy duties.
Do you still have 24s from last year?
I have a couple of 24s left. So yeah, if you guys want to come in and try and beat me up pretty good on those, I'm willing to.
So that one right there, you're just like saying.
Yeah, come in here and you tell me, and I'll see if I can stomach what you're saying.
Tell me what you want to pay for it.
No, I can't do that. I gotta still have a job at the end of the month. But yeah, something of that, more or less. What would it take for you to buy it today? I hate to ask that question, but sometimes, I mean, if you have enough time spent with somebody and you become friends, I guess you can kind of ask those hard questions and be a salesperson for a second, and that's one of them. What is it going to take for me to help earn your business today? And then I get to go in the back office, scream a little bit, maybe throw up once or twice, and then come out and say if I can do it or not.
Tell me about your guys' parts department and how much that helps the sale and the retainment of your guys' customers.
Parts departments are just as important as sales or service. I mean, technically, for sales, parts is great because a lot of people want to buy accessories as far as mats or some type of accessory for their vehicle. So it's great to have that right there. We have some great guys in the back that know exactly where to help people, guide them so they can use their rewards points to pay and all of that. But the biggest department that parts helps is service. Service and parts work hand in hand. Because every time a mechanic needs a part, they have to come to the parts department. Every time a customer comes in and has a broke down car, parts department has to get the parts there. Not to mention everything else they do in the back. Because I mean, they're shipping parts to other dealerships. It's amazing how much goes on in the back in a parts department that people don't see, but it's a huge staple to the whole dealership. Because if my used car can't come out because my parts department isn't getting me the parts, then my service department can't fix my car and can't get out on the lot for me to sell. Or you're an angry customer because my parts department hasn't gotten the part for your car that's been back there for 3 days. It all falls back on them. So parts is a huge staple, and we have a good one. Great parts department.
And your guys' service department over there at Borjon Auto Center is one of the best ones in the county. To where I've met a client that was in the waiting room that's from Buellton area that drives up here to go to the service department because he's tried where he's been and he purchased his vehicle from and got no help or the customer service, I guess, that he was expecting. And he's been a loyal customer now for, I don't know, I think 3 or 4 years, I remember.
I would believe that. Keegan and Kevin are our service riders in the back. And then you got Bo, who does a phenomenal job of helping them out with whatever they need. We got Eric and another shuttle driver that are running people around, keeping the place looking clean. They do a phenomenal job back there. And the importance of that is beyond, like you said, they're not only retaining our customers, but they're getting other customers in. As far as somebody that bought somewhere else and has had bad service at their dealership. So now they're coming to our dealership, and most likely we have a better chance of them buying from us next time because of Kevin and Keegan. We know what we have with them. We know we're very blessed. And then you got Jennifer overseeing the whole thing. And then another person that really needs a huge accolade is Darren. A lot of people don't know who Darren is. Darren is our dispatcher, and he works in the back. So him and Bo are the people in the back that don't get quite the credit that they deserve all the time. But Darren dispatches our vehicles to make sure that not only your cars get done as fast as possible, but that the mechanics stay working. He will write tickets if both service riders are busy. He will jump in and, I mean, anything. You just ask him and he just jumps in and does it. He is an absolute, he's absolutely a phenomenon. He does not stop. And I'm thankful for him more than in the sales department. So I can't imagine how thankful she is for him. And he's just does a phenomenal job to make that place run and keep everybody's cars coming out.
That's awesome. And you guys have some bilingual salesmen.
2 of them.
Right?
We have 2 bilingual salespeople. We got Jesus and Santos. They both are bilingual. And then we just actually added Jason to our team, Jason Bice. I hope he's not mad at me for just throwing his name out there, but he is now at the lot, and he has done like home remodel sales and stuff from this area. Been around a long time, and came aboard with us and's been there for 2 weeks, just doing a phenomenal job. Phenomenal job.
Are you guys, for somebody that's watching, are you guys looking for any type of vehicle, like used vehicles? Like, what is there like a target that you guys want to bring onto the lot? Like, you know, hey, if you got
Cars or SUVs?
cars or SUVs?
Yeah, at this point. I mean, I don't want to be rude, but don't bring something in that's got, 150, 200,000 miles. I can't sell that. It's going to go to auction. But, if you have something that's got 70 or 80,000 miles you're thinking about getting rid of, or car or SUV right now for me is really a hot point. I have one SUV on my lot. I had 5 last week, so they all sold. So yeah, cars and SUVs, because I have plenty of trucks.
And just because a vehicle doesn't have leather in there, you can actually
put
leather put in.
What was that?
Teresa did that with Haley.
So yeah, we can do that. We can either do just a couple different options, but yeah, we can do that for you.
So Ronnie, you guys are located Golden Hill and Highway 46.
Yep.
Right there. What's your hours and operation times?
Monday through Saturday, 9 till 6, and then on Sunday we're 10 till 5.
And right now, is it best to, do you guys converse with texting, being that the technology, everybody's kind of on their phone and they don't want to have like that face-to-face contact.
Yeah, so we can text you, as long as you opt in, more or less.
Okay.
So if you give us your number and say that it's okay to text you, then yeah, we can text you that way. Or if we meet in person and you say, yeah, hey, text me. Yeah, we text you from our personal cells, actually, not from some number where it goes to a computer.
Right.
A lot of those things are done through what is called the customer retention management. So you think you're texting directly to the person, and it's actually going through an app.
Right. Goes through some sort of. Do you guys still have the Hummers and like?
No.
You got rid of them all.
I'm out of Hummers.
So no more $20,000. Was it $20,000 off?
Oh my gosh, I don't even want to tell you how far it went to get rid of it.
I would like to know.
40.
40,000.
To make it move, the last one.
That thing was awesome.
The Mark was motivated to sell it, so we got rid of it. And we're down to one Sierra EV, and it's a 26. So we're not. We'll move it. We'll move it.
So for the 2026 models that are coming in, which one are you the most excited about?
To be honest, everything is metal to me. I can't get excited about something. So I know that seems like a very strange thing to say. I do get excited, but I can't get too excited because, say that truck comes in and I get really excited about it, right? And then some customer wants it and I'm being rude, or I don't want to sell it for what they're offering because I like that truck so much. It gets in the way of my own feelings, would get in the way of business, and I can't have that. So I try to stay pretty level-headed and cool about everything. It's just metal to me.
So coming now, end of the year, you guys have rebates. You guys are making deals happen.
Oh yes, if you come in and it's like I said, it makes sense for you and it makes sense for us. We're making the deal happen, and sometimes it doesn't even make sense for us, but we've made the deal happen just to keep stuff moving right now. So yeah, come in, see us, have some fun, have some laughs. Maybe have a couple of cookies, some dum-dums.
Cookies, some dum-dums.
Bottle of water.
Right.
Come in and give me a hard time. I love it. I'll give you a hard time maybe. You never know. I'm definitely going to joke around a little bit, and most likely we'll come to an agreement and make a deal, and you get to drive out in a new vehicle, and I get to go home and laugh about the day.
Perfect. Ronnie, thanks a lot, man.
Of course.
Thanks for coming in. We appreciate you guys being a part of what we do over here at What's Up North County, and we have a lot of fun going over there to Borjon and driving some vehicles and learning all this stuff.
Appreciate you. I will look into something because I know we got to find something fun for you to drive so we can make some crazy clip where one of us does something dumb.
Like I said, give me some Hummers. Give me some freedom mode.
Yeah.
All of it.
I never even got to try that. Never once.
2026.
Yeah, that's what it'll be.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys coming on. And again, we appreciate you guys supporting what we're doing here.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
All right, guys, we're going to take a break, but coming up next, we've got John Couch with Estrella Warbirds, and we're going to be talking about the Salute to Our Heroes coming up this weekend, Saturday, November 8th at Estrella Warbirds. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today, we can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers, we have friends.
Hey, welcome back to the Morning Brew, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and make sure you guys follow all of our pages and our socials. And we've got John Couch here with Estrella Warbirds, and we're going to be talking about the salute to our heroes coming up this Saturday at the Estrella Warbirds. John,
That's
thanks
right.
for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
it.
So tell me about what we got coming up this weekend.
Well, we had you remember we used to have Wings and Wheels out there every May. It was on Mother's Day weekend for the last 16 years. And we were realizing that we were getting such a crunch with all the car shows. This area has a lot of activity with car shows, and they were getting stacked up over and over. So we thought that we would go ahead and pull off of the Mother's Day and pick a different date later on in the year that would be less congested with the car shows. And Scott Stelsley and I were meeting with Dick Woodland, kind of floating that idea a little bit about doing something at a different time. And we went over the dates. And the thing with this county and our area is there is not a weekend that there isn't some really cool stuff to do.
There's
you know?
always something going on.
It's just a matter of putting it in there and giving it your best shot. And so we wanted to continue having a car show, but we also wanted to do something that is in line with the mission of our museum on the Warbirds side of the museum, and not just the Woodland Auto side. And so we looked at dates and thought, gosh, something in November close to Veterans Day would really fit that, would fit that category. And I think it was Scott Stelsley who floated the idea, and then it kind of developed from there. We started checking out other dates, and this November 8th just seemed to be in line with Veterans Day coming up on the 11th. It seemed like the appropriate time to do it. And fortunately, with the weather, it looks like it's going to be great. So
I know it's kind of a roll of the dice, though.
It really is, yeah. But it's we look back at statistically that week was it was decent. Well, it's going to be in the 70s and clear, so it should be a great day. So I think the nice thing is that we're going to be able to honor the veterans, and we're also recognizing first responders as well. Because all the events that we have are geared towards both. We're going to have Paratroop drops out of Betsy's Biscuit bomber. We're going to have, I think we're going to have 2 drops scheduled. And along with that, there's going to be a military reenactment inside one of the taxiways with a mock battle scene. And I would imagine it's probably between German forces and U.S. forces or something along that line, but
right.
Relatively, not too far in the past. And then we're going to have the different military or like veterans organizations are going to be present, and as well as first responders. They're going to have different, law enforcement agencies are going to be there, fire as well. There's going to be some demonstrations. I think we have some canine demonstrations coming up and some things like that. So it's going to really have a lot of good interest and a lot of activity. And we have a good kid zone with different rides and things for the kids. And along with that, which is really cool, is I think is Ken Newman's idea. He's our curator. It's called a Make and Take event where the kids can register, online ahead of time. And then they'll be able to, the kids between 8 and 12 can make a model and then take it with them and at no fee. So they get to talk to people that are adept at making models, and they get a few pointers and get to do something there. So that'll be good. There's a lot of food vendors. We have other booths, other vendors. I think close to 40 vendors set up for different things. So there's a lot of activity going on.
So John, let's step back a little bit. Tell me a little bit about your history with the Estrella Warbirds. Maybe even step back into your service. I mean, you were the Tascadero police chief,
yes,
for a number of years. So tell me a little bit about your path to Estrella Warbirds.
Okay, I was in aviation in Vietnam. I was a gunner on a helicopter. Really enjoyed parts of it. You know, I mean, I enjoyed the flying aspect of it, and I was school trained as a airframe repairman. So I did a lot of work on aircraft before I even started flying, and that really stuck with me. And I've had, you know, close contact with flying. I've never gotten a license because of the expense of it, and I didn't really have the need. I was always in transition. You know, I was in college or I was doing something else. So I got into skydiving, flying hang gliders, flying the powered hang glider with, you know, with the motor on your back, with the fan on your back, stuff like that.
Wow.
So I really enjoyed every aspect about flying, and I was drawn to the museum because of the military experience and the military focus of it. That's what drew me to it. And I was on the board for a while. Oh gosh, it was like 15 plus years ago, and then took some time off, and then I've been on the board again. And I just finished up 4 years as the president, and I'm serving as the vice president under Rinstello. And so it's just been, you know, it's such a good combination of people, especially those that I work with a lot on the board. Very capable. Everybody's got a lot of energy, and the membership out there is incredible. And it's just a real enjoyable place to be around those who are working there.
What do you think one of the things that Estrella Warbirds has out there that people don't know about? I mean, because it's kind of a diamond in the rough, really.
Right.
You know, it's this amazing museum with artifacts from our history, you know, planes, tanks, I mean, artillery. I mean, there's so much stuff out there.
Oh yeah, it started out as an air museum with a little over 30 years ago with Gary Carippo and Glenn Thompson, and they had I guess joint interest in an airplane and wanted a place to put it, so they organized at that time as a Confederate Air Force, but they built a hangar, and they just had a vision for it to continue on growing. So it's continuously grown. We've gotten close to right now around 45 or more aircraft that are on display, and they go through a restoration process so that we can show them in the best way that we can. But then it also started accumulating a lot of other memorabilia, military related. So everything from uniforms to weapons to any artifact that you can at bomb sites, you know, cockpit dash displays, and all sorts of things. We built up a big library of a lot of technical books as well as other resources. And then we also joined with the Woodland Auto Display, and Dick Woodland has just a world-class display of cars that were part of his family, as far as like, you know, either he raced it or somebody in his family raced it. You know, the midgets, I guess it would be the blanking on the name, but the NASCAR type stuff. I mean, the really good, you know, the high-end cars. And then he had a lot of personal vehicles and things that he's interested in, but those are on display as well. So when somebody buys a ticket to come into the Air Museum, they get admission to Woodland Auto as well. And he's really well respected in the automotive industry and the race industry. So his reach is pretty extensive when it comes to being able to get attention out there. That, you know, he has his auto display set up, and it's right there at the museum. So it's a good partnership.
So John, when somebody comes to the museums, so first off, you guys are out Airport Road.
Right.
You're before you get to the airport. You come down. What's the road
That's
that you
Dry Creek.
Dry Creek
Mhm.
Road, and you go down quite a bit, almost like you're going away from industrial, and all of a sudden here comes Estrella Warbirds right on the
Right.
left hand
Mhm.
side. And then you come down to there and you pull in there and you walk into the museum gift area, I guess,
Yes.
or the entry. Would that be
Mhm.
the
That'd
entry?
be the entry.
And then somebody comes in there, they sign, they put their name down, they do their donation, and now they have full access to everything outside.
Right, and it starts off with the different buildings. There's the Freedom Hall, which is their initial museum that's attached to the gift shop, and that has a lot of static displays on mostly that is like uniforms, weapons, other unique items that you want to keep in a controlled area. And then you have the libraries in there, and then you go into another building, and there are everything, all sorts of different armament, missiles, small cannons and things like that. And go into another building, you have more vehicles, and into another building, and it's called the Red Ball Express, and it was a donation by Herman Fowder that has a lot of trucks and tracked vehicles in there that were part of what was called the Red Ball Express in World War II. And that was the logistics side, the transportation side of being able to keep the troops supplied with their ammo and food and fuel and you name it. And so he's collected a lot of those vehicles, had them restored, and now he built a building for them to be displayed right there in our museum. In fact, he just added on to it so he could add a few more in there. So you have access to that building, and then you can go over through, take a look into restoration and seeing what they're doing with rebuilding some of these artifacts. Thompson Hall is where we have our main meetings, but that's a place that's also available for rent and for special events. We have our own kitchen, and every Wednesday, or first Wednesday of every month, we have dinners there, usually with a speaker and all that. So it's really made good use of. And then you can cruise through Hangar 1 and see some of the planes on display there, and some that are hanging from the ceiling. And we just extended that out into like another 30 feet or so. So it's over 6,400 square feet that we use that for events as well as for renting out.
That's amazing. And I just want to say that we're talking about the event coming up this weekend, November 8th, out at Estrella Warbirds. Salute to Our Heroes, which is a car show as well.
Yes.
So, what is there a cost for this to come to it?
Yes, it's $10.
Okay.
Per person. Veterans and then kids under 12 are free. And also, I wanted to tell you about the event the night before. We used to have a barn dance, like before Wings and Wheels, and now we have a hangar dance.
Okay.
And so on Friday night from 6 to 10 is the hangar dance, and that's going to be in the extended hangar, and we're going to have music of Unfinished Business, which is a local band. It's very popular for rock music. So we'll have that, and see that to get tickets for that, they have to be pre-purchased through. We have salutetourheroes.org is the site that we use for purchasing the tickets.
Okay.
And for salutetourhero.org, then if you wanted to let's say put a car in the show, there's a tab for that, and there's a tab.
So are you guys still accepting vehicles?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then we also have a tab for paying for the dinner, which is a separate thing. It's a $50 fee for the dinner, but you go to the same place to buy the tickets.
And do you got Larry back there cooking for the dinner?
Oh yeah.
So Larry Eastwood, right, is an amazing cook.
He is. I don't know how he does
Vic's
it.
Cafe down there in Paso Robles. That we all miss that.
You bet.
But now he's out there manning the grill.
And we're fortunate to have him on our Wednesday night dinners too. And so he always cooks up something good, and then he takes good care of us on events like this too.
John, tell me about, like we keep going back to Estrella Warbirds, which again, we're fortunate enough to live here with Warbirds, Estrella Warbirds right in our backyard.
Right.
But I really don't think that a lot of people know about it. And the enormity or the enormous size of the property, and it's not just a museum. It's much more. You've got these planes, you've got these tanks, you've got these gunners. When you say kids, kids are welcome.
Right.
Kids can climb into these things. this is like a history playground for children.
It really is.
Is there anything else like this as
Not
big
in-
as you guys are?
Not in their local area, there isn't. And it's interesting because when I travel, I always like to go to a museum and compare things. We were just traveling in Europe last week and went to a museum there. And there's two things that I look at. I look at how things are displayed, and then I really pay attention to the people there. And the person that you first meet at the desk when you buy your ticket just sets the tone for everything. And what I'm most impressed with is that I've been down to the Midway Museum and all these things along through California. I haven't been to a museum that does it better than we do in terms of their approach with the visitors coming in. And I'm really proud of that because they do a fantastic job. And no matter who you meet out there while you're walking around, whether it's a docent that's leading a group around or somebody that's just answers questions for you, a lot of them have military experience, but they just have an interest in what we're doing and what our mission is. And they do a fantastic job. So you just can't help but walk around and look at that stuff. You can either choose to just walk around on your own and read the placards, or you can have somebody to fill in the gaps. And they do a great job of it. But we do have a lot of items on display. And it's amazing when you think about all the other museums around that ours is one that I would stack up with, right up there with them. I mean, naturally you can't, one of the national museums, it's a little hard to compare to, but it still comes down to the people involved and the experience that you have while you're there. And I think we do a great job with that.
Is field trips for like our local kids an option
Sure.
for teachers to schedule that with you to come in and bring the class there and have somebody do kind of a guided tour?
Oh, absolutely. Ken Newman is our coordinator and our curator. And so when people are contacting him, if they want to, like a classroom wants to put on a tour or whatever, a group of people wants to have a specific kind of a tour, then he can set that up so they can have a guided tour as well. Or if they want to rent out the facilities, the hangar or the outside area or Thompson Hall, if they have something going, then he's the one that coordinates that as well.
What you personally, John, being you have them in Vietnam, have you ever seen somebody come in that you hadn't seen?
No, I keep waiting, but one of these days, possibly that'll happen.
And now, does people have some sort of resource or some sort of information about the Estrella Warbirds and where it sits in the San Luis Obispo County that's coming in from the area? How does people find you guys?
Well, it's through either social media or Facebook or Instagram, and then our website is ewarbirds.org, and so it has a lot of information about obviously where we are, and if you drive here, it's got driving directions, flying in. A lot of people will fly into our museum too, and we're right on the taxiway on the south end of the airstrip, so there's places for people to park their planes right on our property.
Now, John, you were talking about earlier parachuting, the wing glide plane. Do you still do that?
No, I've had my knees replaced, so that's kind of like taking out my landing gear. It's just I don't do that anymore. But I had a good long run with it, but I've gone on to other things. So.
Now, I understand that Scott with the Betsy bomber is going to be doing rides as well.
I know that he's going to be dropping the paratroopers. I don't know if he's going to be doing the rides or not.
But I'm sure he will be out there in the air as people can,
for sure.
witness Betsy Bomber, which you guys just had that movie event at the Park Cinemas, right? About how they went back to Normandy with Sherman Schmoot.
Right.
How did that go?
I was gone for that, but I know that event, or as far as that trip that they went, that was for the 75th anniversary, went really well. and they had no troubles flying over and back, and they did a lot of drops back on the East Coast in preparation for it, and as well as when they got over there. So that would have been a very exciting thing to be a part of.
And I understand also Arnold Del Rio is going to be doing rides this Saturday.
In the helicopter, I think.
In the helicopters.
Right. And there's going to be other rides too. I think there's a Twin Beach that's going to be out there that'll be offering some rides.
What is a Twin Beach?
Twin Beach, it's an old, I think, trying to think of what's a Beechcraft, but it has 2 engines. It's an older body style back in the like 50s or early 60s.
Where they sit up front?
Yes.
That one? And then the passengers would be behind you?
Yeah, it's like an old cargo plane, but it's a smaller scale than Betsy.
Huh.
And they're really popular. I've jumped out of them before. They're great planes for that kind of stuff. They're really good for that.
So we got the event coming up this weekend. What other events does the Estrella Warbirds put on throughout the year, or want to put on?
Well, as soon as we get this one under wraps, we start full speed ahead for our crab feed on Valentine's Day. And we had our first crab feed last year. It was very successful. And now it's going to be more successful because we have a third more of a hangar to be able to set up the tables on. But that was a lot of fun, and a lot of people that went to the last one are really looking forward to this one as well. So that's the main one. And then we have some other events that we're renting out the property to. Steyer Events, owned by Brandon Steyer. Has a lot of different things like the Taco Fest. That's usually a 2-day event, and then I think he has something else going as well. But there's always something going on. You almost have to go to the website and just keep up to date on the upcoming events just to know exactly what we have going. But the 2 big things are the Salute to Our Heroes and then the crab feed.
So we got the Salute to Our Heroes coming up this weekend out at the Estrella Warbirds. It's $10 to get in.
Yes.
Military and children under 12 are free.
Right.
And it gives you the full Woodlands auto display is going to be open.
Yes.
You're going to have a car show out there.
Right.
Which do you know approximately how many cars you guys have right now?
I think we're going to have close to 150 cars.
Wow.
So it's pretty decent, and that's remarkable, especially because we didn't realize so much how important trophies were to the car clubs.
Right.
So we didn't include that as when we first started doing it, but we soon learned that was something we'll have to improve on for next year, is to have different classes and trophies as well. So we'll do that next time. But in the meantime, I think we have like the President's Trophy and something else. But we're taking good notes along the way to learn from this one.
Because that used to be a different entity that did the car show?
No, it was still part of our museum. Carol Verstup ran most of the different events on it, but it was still part of Woodland Auto Display, and our museum sponsored it, but it was mainly the car show. And so now we have, and that had a lot of classes. That had like 20 or 30 different classes. So now we just have fewer classes. It's more of a show and shine, because our focus this year was on veterans, but we'll also enhance that for next time.
Will you have any type of speeches or any type of things that people get to listen to at the event this weekend, or is it just
right? The gates open at 10, and I think it's around 11 o'clock that we're going to have an opening with a couple local veterans. We'll have someone will be singing the national anthem, and then we'll have someone do the welcome, like that.
Okay, so there is, on top of the car show, there's also some sort of presentations.
Yes.
and somebody speaking.
Yes.
And do we know approximately exactly, or is there?
I would say 11 o'clock is the best time, because that's when we're going to start. We don't want to do it when the gates open, because people aren't going to, we want to have more people there, and then have it when you have a chance to get settled in. Then you'll start looking up for everything from paratroopers and then have the national anthem. Have it when there's more people around.
Will they have the flyover as the,
yes.
What is it, the Navy? What are the planes that do the flyover?
Usually it's the Navy. It's the T-28. It's the white with the orange cowling on it, big trainer plane, and a big radial. You can't miss it when it flies. And then Betsy will be flying for that. And they might have another, it's a T-34. It's a yellow naval trainer. That might be flying with it as well. But they'll just make a pass right over it.
What's the most favorite plane that you've been into?
Out there, or
Uh-huh.
probably, I'd say Betsy. It's just because it's just a classic. Has quite a history, and and it's so well maintained, and it's just a really cool. It's just like a iconic aircraft for, say, like World War II. So I really enjoy that.
And you look at how massive that thing is, and you think about
Yeah.
how much it's got to weigh
Oh yeah.
and how slow it goes.
Yeah.
It's not fast.
No, it isn't.
And how does it stay up?
Well, when I was a kid, my very first flight in a commercial plane was a DC-3, the civilian version of that, with Frontier Airlines, and so it's just maybe that's one reason why it kind of resonates with me, is because I have a history with that type of aircraft. But in the military configuration, it's just pretty cool inside, and the fact that it's used for drops, and it's well maintained, and it's really accurate in terms of the restoration of it.
John, how long did you serve in the Vietnam?
And Vietnam was there for a year.
You were there for a year.
Mhm.
And then how did the path? Were you weren't in any type of law enforcement at that time?
No.
And then you took the path into Tascadero Police Department.
Right.
And then outside of that, when you retired, did you do anything else, or did you kind of start volunteering with the Estrella Warbirds?
Well, what I did, so I went to school in Sacramento, graduated from Sac State with a degree in criminal justice administration, and was hired by Santa Clara Police Department. So I worked up there for 13 years before coming down to Atascadero. And so it wasn't until I got down here that I really got close to being able to go out to the museum, and it was in its early stages when I first got down here. So there wasn't a lot going on, but it was later on that I got involved in it.
What was your first impression of the Estrella Warbirds?
It was my first impression was the Huey helicopter that was sitting out by the highway, and that's what drew my attention to it. And that was the kind of helicopter that I flew in. So that really drew me to it. But it was also the people that were involved, Gary Carippo probably being the one that was most inviting as far as getting people involved. You can't walk on that property without him, pulling at you to get you involved in doing something. He'd take you for a ride if you wanted to, just to become a member. But it wasn't initially. I went out there a few times, but I didn't become a member until a few years later. So I've been a member for close to 20 years now.
Awesome. Well, John, I appreciate you coming in and sharing a little bit of stories. So we've got the Salute to Our Heroes coming up this weekend, this Saturday at the Estrella Warbirds Museum out on
Dry Creek Road.
Dry Creek Road, right before you get to the airport. Hang right, go out Airport Road, and it's $10 to get in.
Yes.
And kids 12 and under are free. Military
or veterans are free.
Veterans are free.
And active duty military.
And starts at 10.
10 o'clock.
So
ends
10
at
to
3.
10 to 3.
And I also wanted to point out that our presenting sponsor is Firestone Walker, and they've been very good supportive of us for many events. Eberly Winery and Hearst Ranch Winery, all have been very supportive of us, and we really appreciate their support.
And you mentioned that there will be some trucks there, some food vendors.
Yes, I think we have something like 11 food vendors. There will be beer and wine for sale as well.
Awesome, and not to mention a car show.
Yes.
With right now 150 maybe.
I think so. Yeah, it varies, but I think that's right about our least. It keeps right now at the tail end. We're getting flooded with entrants, so hopefully it'll even be more than that.
And I think somebody can go onto your website to get more information about Estrella Warbirds,
right,
and or the car show, and or any of the events that you guys have going on.
That's
out there.
correct.
Awesome. Well, John.
Well, Randy, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You
appreciate your service, and appreciate your continued service as you do with the Estrella Warbirds, because I think it's a really, like I said, diamond in the rough. That when people go there, I'll tell you my first impression when I went there. I didn't even know about it, and I'm born and raised here. When I did go there, what I thought I was walking into was completely different than what was the reality of what I walked into. And this was 20 years ago.
Sure.
It's changed quite a bit, because you guys have grown so much more just in 20 years, and you have so much more growth in the future coming.
Right.
So it's a diamond in the rough that, isn't what you think it's going to look like until you actually get there and experience it.
And we hear that from a lot of people too. It's way more than what they expect.
Absolutely. Awesome. Well, looking forward to being a part of this
good.
weekend and bringing the car out and show and shine in it and
I'll
having
see
some
you
fun.
out there. I'll be picking up trash or something, I'm sure.
Awesome.
Doing something.
Well, once again, John, we appreciate
Okay.
your service and thanks for coming in.
You bet. Thank you.
All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. We were talking about the Estrella Warbirds event coming up this weekend. Salute to our heroes, happening from 10 to 3 in the afternoon. $10 tickets to get in. Military, veterans, and kids under 12 are free. Stay tuned. We've got Vicki Mullen coming in with Applause Children Theater, talking about the Charlie Brown Christmas coming up. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Glenn McWilliams.
And I'm Annie. As sixth-generation farmers, we understand what it takes to keep a ranch, a farm, and a community growing strong.
And that's why we started Premier Ag, to bring quality feed, trusted Western wear, and real service to the Central Coast.
From hay delivery across the county to hands-on support for local youth and ag programs, we're proud to give back to the community that raised us.
And when we say from seed to stable, we mean it. We've walked the fields, we've fed the animals, and now we're here to serve families just like yours.
Come visit us at 1041 Paso Robles Street in Paso Robles and experience the difference of a store built by farmers for farmers.
From seed to store, where quality meets country.
Looking for a top quality concrete coating in SLO County? Hi, I'm Matt Gifford with MGP Coatings, your trusted local expert in durable, long-lasting concrete coatings backed by Pentec's limited lifetime warranty. Whether it's residential or commercial, we deliver expert craftsmanship, premium products, and unbeatable customer service. When we say we make concrete great again, we mean it. As a locally owned, community-driven company, we take pride in transforming garages, patios, pool decks, wineries, and even interior spaces into stunning, functional areas. Are you ready to upgrade your space? Give us a call at 805-952-5301. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, or visit mattgiffordpainting.com. Join the MGP Coating family today.
My name is Jennifer Borjon Wescombe.
And I'm Haley Wescombe from Borjon Auto Center. Borjon Auto Center is a family-owned and operated GMC dealership. We are your go-to dealership for quality vehicles. With a vast inventory and personalized service, we are here to make your purchase seamless.
Whether it's a luxurious Yukon or a rugged Sierra, we have the perfect ride for you. Come see us today to experience the Borjon family difference. We are located on the corner of Highway 46 East and Golden Hill Road in Paso Robles.
Atascadero isn't your standard getaway. We're unique, just like you. We're growing, transforming, and figuring it out as we go. We're a town filled with innovators, artists, makers, and game changers. We're a little bit country, a little bit funky, and always authentic. We're here for your good times, your slow times, and your changing times. We're all in Atascadero. Come see for yourself. Learn more.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today, we can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers, we have friends.
Hey, welcome back to What's Up North County Morning Brew, and thanks again for tuning in. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to all of our channels. And we have Vicki Mullen here with Applause Children Theater and JC, and we're talking about the Charlie Brown and the Sound of Music coming up.
Yes.
Thanks for
you
coming
very-
in.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Super exciting. Last time you guys were on, we had talked about the Shrek.
Yes, it was fabulous. It was
how,
great.
how was that?
It was fantastic. We sold out every show, which we usually do, but it was just we had so many people say this is the best show we've seen you guys do. I think it was just because of all the characters that were in it, the like fairy tale characters and the costuming, and it was just a really fun show.
Vicki, how long have you been doing the theater arts is what you're doing right now?
Well, Applause Children's Theater I've been doing since our first show was in 2017, but it was founded in 2016. But before that, for 19 years, I did Singing Hands Children's Choir, which was a sign language theater. So, long time.
Wow. Sign language theater. Do you ever incorporate that into what you do now?
No, not as much. But our sign language theater used to travel all over the country and perform. We auditioned for America's Got Talent. We've done baseball games and Santa Cruz Boardwalk Deaf Fest and a lot of different places and put on shows, but singing the songs and signing them at the same time, and it's really fun.
You know, a young lady did that at the pageant 2 years ago.
She was one of my students.
Was she really?
Yeah, when she was 4.
She sang "Working 9 to
Yes, I helped her with that.
Oh my gosh!
And but she was one of my students. She started really young. All of her siblings, the ones that weren't even born yet, went through my program, and so I helped her with that presentation. Yes.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's fun to see them still doing it,
Yeah, I was mesmerized because I mean, not only do I love that song, but she was doing it in sign language too.
Yeah.
So JC, tell me about you. So you were the donkey, right?
I was the
in
donkey.
Shrek.
Mm-hmm.
How did that go for you?
It was good. It was really fun. I was a very hot costume. It was really hot.
She had an ice pack vest on.
I had a vest with ice packs in it on the inside, and I was still sweating bullets. But yeah, I mean that show is just so much fun. It's just,
But was it at the second time that you were Donkey, or was that your first?
It was my second time in Shrek.
Oh,
It was
okay.
my first time playing Donkey, but I have been in a production of Shrek before. So
Wow.
the first one I was young Fiona, like the little kid version of Fiona, and one of the 3 pigs, and then
One of the 3 pigs.
and then I was Donkey.
Tell me how you got involved with theater.
I've always loved to sing, and it's funny, I don't really know what got me into acting more. I just thought, like, that sounds fun, and I've always loved singing. So then musical theater popped up, and when I started going to middle school, I joined the drama club, and then my mom found Applause Children's Theater and signed me up for that in Beauty and the Beast, the first Beauty and the Beast. And the middle school is when I first did Shrek, and then I started Beauty and the Beast with ACT, and then I was also doing Mary Poppins with the middle school, but then that was 2020.
All at the same time?
There was Shrek, and then Beauty and the Beast and Mary Poppins were at the same time.
Wow.
And but that was 2020. So then both Mary Poppins and Beauty and the Beast were canceled.
Oh.
And then 2022,
You redid it.
we did Little Mermaid. ACT did Little Mermaid, and so I came back and did Little Mermaid. I missed the auditions for it, but Miss Vicky was like, we need everybody we can get, so I came and was in the ensemble, and then they did Beauty and the Beast again, and I played Belle, and then they did Newsies, and then Shrek, did a couple more that I wasn't in, and now Sound of Music.
Did you ever get really nervous at all when your auditions? I mean, you got to kind of nail it, right?
Auditions. She could tell you. Oh my gosh.
So she
are a
came into
nightmare for
audition.
me.
Yeah. She fainted at her first audition with us.
did.
You fainted?
I passed out cold for Beauty and the Beast, the first Beauty and the Beast. I came in for my audition and I was so scared. I did my monologue and then I started feeling, I'm getting nervous talking about it. I started feeling all lightheaded, And I'm like, can I get a drink of water? And they could probably see me getting pale. And they're like, yeah, go ahead. And I go get a drink of water. Then I start hyperventilating. And I'm like, I got to get out of here. I'm not going to make it. I got to get out of here. And
How old were you?
I was 12, 11,
Wow.
maybe. I think I was 11
Yeah.
at the time of auditions. But yeah, so I got water. And I'm like, I got to get out of here. And so I'm like, can I go out and come back in and do my song in a minute? And they're like, yeah. And I didn't make it to the door. I passed out, and then the water I had in my hand splashed all over my face. So I woke up like as soon as I hit the ground, and my mom heard the thud in the other room, and she knew it was me, and she came in and got me. And I was sitting outside on the curb, and I was just crying, bawling. And then Miss Vicky came out and sat next to me, and she's like, "You're doing really good. We really want you to come back." And so the next day I came back and sang and did my song, and then I got the part I wanted. So I don't know why, but
I gotta say, she's the only one that's ever happened to. Most kids come through auditions and do just great. It's not as scary as she makes it sound.
Listen, kids, not everybody passes out. Okay?
No one else has.
I always tell people, don't worry about your audition. You can't do worse than I did, so you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Vicky, with applause, do you have, like, when you have shows coming up, like you got the Sound of Music coming up this weekend, right?
Weekend after this.
Oh, okay.
The 14th.
The weekend after next, and then you got the Charlie Brown Christmas
The next
coming
weekend.
up. Do you have, like, when you launch the shows, do you already have an idea of which kids that you want to play?
No,
or
I really.
Is everybody, like, anybody can win any part?
Anybody can grab a part. It's really amazing. Sometimes I have in mind, like I'll have in mind, we do have children with the strengths that could play these leads. Like I couldn't do a show that I didn't think I had anybody in my group that could sing, right, and hold that Julie Andrews part, right? So sometimes I'll go, okay, I think we have the singers and the voices and the acting for this particular show, but I don't ever say, I know I have my Annies already, or I know I already have my this. I mean, we've had a lot of first timers get the leads, and sometimes people walk through the door and you just are blown away, and they've never been in your theater before at all. So I never precast. I just sometimes will think, like after COVID, I couldn't just automatically redo Beauty and the Beast because I didn't know if we'd get enough kids back that had that singing ability, because that's a pretty tough vocal show. And so that's why we did another show first. That was a little easier. And then once I had those kids back, I could see that, yeah, I do have some talent, enough talented singers that could hold the songs for this show. But I never say, that's the kid I want for this role ahead of time. Not at all.
How does Applause Children Theater, how do you guys get your funds to do all this stuff?
Well, we, all sponsors, sponsorships, and then of course through ticket sales once the show comes on. That's very important to come and see the show. But we have such great sponsors, so it really, I'm really thankful for that. We've got very regular sponsors. It can be just a family that believes in theater and can sponsor a show. We have sponsorships from $250 all the way up to $1,500. We've had particular family that has sponsored ever since I opened. So we've got great sponsors. They're all listed on our website and links to their businesses. And
not to say that this happens, but do you ever have like a sponsor that wants to put their, like during your show, like put their brand like in the you know how like movies?
Oh, in the show itself?
Yeah.
I've asked for that actually a couple of times, and we did it quite a few years ago. I think it was in Annie. We had some names on like the wall of the orphanage. I think it was that show. But I would love that. Like in Charlie Brown, right now I actually need somebody like Holmes Magazine or something, because Lucy's supposed to hold up a real estate sign or a real estate magazine, and because she wants real estate for Christmas. And so it'd be awesome. We're gonna to have, the actual Holmes Magazine or some real estate person come and say, hey, I want to sponsor for $100 and here's my real estate sign,
Well, there you go.
I would love it. And,
oh my gosh.
And then we put their, again, they get tickets to the show and they're in our, so yeah, that's a fun thing to do.
That seems like super fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like such an easy,
It's really easy.
I mean, I think Mike has the Holmes magazines.
Yes.
Here on the Central Coast.
So.
You got your Remax, you got those guys. That would be such a great idea.
Yeah.
So which show do you like the best? So all the shows that
out of all the ones I've done?
all the ones that you produce, which is your most favorite to produce?
That I've done so far?
Uh-huh.
I think for a non-real show, Beauty and the Beast was a lot of fun. The dancing, the singing, it was a gorgeous show. But I've got to say that right now, Sound of Music is definitely one of my top. I didn't just want to do a show with Sound of Music for entertaining. I wanted to teach the kids about history and what was going on at that time period that this family had to escape. So before they could audition, they all had to watch the movie. They had to research the time period and be able to tell me what are we putting on? How should we be showing respect to this show? Because it's a touchy subject for people who lived back then or had relatives that lived during that Holocaust time, right?
Right.
And so I think that's what's been fun about Sound of Music is that the kids have really learned to be respectful for what we're trying to bring across to people and be respectful to what the theme is about the show.
What's the kids' age range that are in?
So Sound of Music is our advanced production, and so it's supposed to be 10 and older. I think they've all had birthdays now, so they all might be 10. But we had to pull in a couple 9-year-olds before they were 10 to play the Von Trapp kids. Like our youngest, who's supposed to be a 5-year-old, who looks like a 5-year-old, she's so tiny, is actually 10, just turned 10.
It's theater trickery.
Yeah. And so we had invited some younger ones to audition. And then if they didn't get a lead, they would go back into Charlie Brown. And then Charlie Brown is 5 years old up to like 12.
5 years old. Are they playing? Do they have speaking
parts? Oh yeah, everybody in the show for Charlie Brown has a speaking role.
Are you kidding me? Yeah. You brought some children here as well, and they're all in your shows.
They're not all. The oldest one here, Tony, has been in all of my shows since he was
5 years old.
7, I think.
Speaking show.
Yeah.
Speaking parts.
So like our little Pigpen is 5, kindergarten, and he has the speaking roles and just does a great job with it. So, and then
JC, how old were you when you started?
11.
I was 11 I think when I first auditioned. So
And
I was even a little older.
Is there cue cards like to where if you mess up with your lines or you just have to memorize? I'm just blown away with a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
I think of my grandson that's 3 years old. I'm thinking in 2 years from now he's learning lines.
Yeah.
He can't even color in his lines.
And not just lines, but learning choreography, dances. Like there's like 6 or 7 dances in Charlie Brown, and where to move on the stage and how to. They don't change costume. Sound of Music, those kids change costume. You probably changed costume 8 times.
I think I have 11 quick
11
changes.
costumes. So.
Is dance class part of like what you also do, JC? I mean, are you involved in any type of a dance class?
I'm not. I should be, but I'm not. I take voice. I take voice lessons. I've taken voice lessons for about 6 years, I think.
And somebody here does that?
Yes. With Marissa Bloom in Atascadero.
Okay.
But yeah, I know I do need to start taking dance because I got 2 left feet.
I'd love to have a dance teacher at our theater teach musical theater dance if someone wants to reach out. And a lot of people would do it.
Vicki, where are you guys located?
Well, our studio is located on 1413 Riverside Avenue, and that's our like rehearsal room. And then we use Christian Life Center for our venue and their sanctuary, and that's where I attend church. And so it's a really nice venue that we use there.
So the Sound of Music that's coming up, is that sold out?
Not yet. Friday night is almost sold out. I think there's like 8 tickets left for Friday night, the 14th. But then our 2 Saturday shows still have some tickets left, but they're going pretty quickly. And that's Saturday at 1 o'clock or Saturday at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
And it's the same cast. Well, one little girl changes in the we have a different character to playing one part in Saturday afternoon, but the rest of the cast is all the same.
And then the following weekend starts.
Following weekend is just Saturday, and we made one before nap time at 11 o'clock. It's about an hour show, and then after nap time at 2 o'clock. And kids are only $1, and parents are $15. That's our community show. which I really had a heart to do something like that. This is our 4th annual production of Charlie Brown Christmas, and we just want to start the holidays off with everybody. And I wanted it to be inexpensive enough and affordable for all families to be able to come. And that's why that's the show we really need sponsors for. The SLO County Office of Education sponsors and helps cover some of the cost of tickets.
For the Charlie Brown show.
For the Charlie Brown. This year we had the Rotary Club, a Pastoral Rotary, step in and do that as well. And some others. So it's just a really nice show because kids are so cheap, so families can come and enjoy it. And even though our expenses are there still, it's just something I feel is important to get kids out to see live theater. So.
What do you have holiday shows also? Do you have is Charlie Brown your
Charlie Brown's our only holiday show because I don't like to compete with Main Street's parade and all of that, and so I don't do a holiday show. That's when we have auditions for the next show, is in December.
And I know you've probably been there, but you've been to the Melodrama in Oceano, right? Yeah. And so is that kind of the atmosphere? Is that when I'm trying to get a kind of visual of what it is when somebody comes in for this show for the first time?
Well, I think when someone comes to our shows for the first time, they come expecting to see a children's production, and so it's kind of like, oh, we're going to a school show,
right? And
then they are just blown away, and they at intermission will come to me and say, I never expected this to be this professional. It's like I forget their children up there, and that's such a compliment because we do put on a very high caliber Broadway show with children. So to see children's theater, it's kind of kind of gives people the wrong impression because it really is a Broadway production, but from our costuming that Kelly Case Horn does to our choreography that I do to directing to everything. It's just it's very much a Broadway show on stage. Even the Charlie Brown, they do such a great job.
And I think you made a really important comment right there to where you said that you forget that they forget that they're watching children.
You do forget it. You just do. And that's why I started Charlie Brown also, a beginner show, is to get them used to the stage, because when they go up to one of our big shows, they're changing costumes 4 or 5, 6 times, and they're having to leave the stage and come back to the stage, and that was a real nice kind of step into how to do that, and then when they jump into our spring show will be Annie, and there's 76 kids signed up for it already.
Wow.
So,
JC, what's it like to get to change costumes? And I mean, is somebody back there helping you? Is that
yes,
you?
Usually, if depending on the costume and how quickly you need to get.
The donkey. Did you play anything else?
No, I was.
Okay.
That was the nice thing about that role is I stayed in the same costume the whole time. But yeah, this one is drastically different where I'm every time I go backstage, I'm changing costumes. And I've got a couple really quick changes, but yeah, depending on the costume and how difficult it is to get on and off and how much time you have, normally there will be someone back there to
So
help
somebody's
you.
there waiting for you and they're like, hey, JC, so-and-so is going to be there, fly around the corner and start peeling off, and we're throwing it on and kicking you out back on stage.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, is that literally how it happens, huh?
Mm-hmm. Like when we did Annie, in Annie, there'll be some very quick changes for Annie, and so someone will just be there to go boom, and she goes on, So,
have you ever crossed your lines, where you started talking a line from another character during another show?
Oh,
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Maybe accents, where I remember when I was doing what was it? Beauty and the Beast and Mary Poppins. I was doing a British accent, Mary Poppins, and then a French accent in Beauty and the Beast. And sometimes some of my lines in Mary Poppins would sound French, and some of my Beauty and the Beast lines would sound British. But lines, no, I don't think I've ever crossed lines because
something they did fun in Shrek though is, in Mary Poppins, was the gal who played Mary Poppins. She's like, let's have fun. And so she'd give all of the leads a word, ugly or anything. And those characters, they had to use that word somewhere in the show, in their line, even though it wasn't in their line. And so
they just had to pop it in there.
They had to pop it in. So like I think Jane was like, that kite's the ugliest thing I've seen. And she just popped it into one of her existing lines, but popped in the word. It was hilarious, and it just sounded perfect. So it's really fun because it teaches them improv too.
JC, give me, so you're Sound of Music coming up as well.
Mhm.
And then you're also Charlie Brown. In Charlie Brown?
No.
I'm not in
You're
Charlie
not
Brown.
in Charlie Brown. But you were in Shrek, the donkey. Can you
Yes.
give me a little bit of a line from the Shrek? What
From
you played?
Shrek.
As donkey?
Let me think. Oh boy, that was a
Yeah,
while
because
ago.
that was an accent too. Yeah.
Let me think of a line.
How about the very the last like end one where you're yelling at him and you lengthened that line? Remember?
Oh boy, I'm trying to remember.
How about give me one from the Sound of Music coming up this weekend?
Sound of Music,
Or
okay.
in 2 weeks. And you're playing, which part are you playing with Sound of Music?
Maria.
Is that a main
Mhm.
character?
It's
I'm sorry, I've never seen the
Julie Andrews' role.
You've never
Okay.
you've never seen
I've
Sound of
never
Music?
seen it.
Oh goodness, you
I
have to
know.
come see
You
it.
see it.
I know.
So good.
If you close your eyes, you'd hear Julie Andrews on the stage. Her voice is just amazing.
All right, give it to us. Is this a song?
Would you like a line or?
Do you sing?
Oh yeah.
Is there?
do.
Oh yes.
I
Give me a.
sing. Oh boy. Okay.
Just do the Sound of Music one where you start coming down the aisle.
Sound of Music. Okay. Let me just pick a good spot.
Is-
My heart wants to beat like the wings of the birds that rise from the lake to the trees. My heart wants to sigh like a chime that flies from a church on a breeze.
Wow, that was awesome. Gosh,
And that's just one of an amazing singers we have on that stage.
that's such cool. That's so cool. I mean, these young kids got to look up to you as like you. I mean, so what's your long-term goal? Do you want to be Do you want to be an actress?
Yeah, not. I do want to stick with the stage. I don't think.
So you want to stay in theater on like a Broadway type thing?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, movies, like camera acting is not as appealing to me. I mean, it'd be fun to try, but definitely live theater is what I want to try to stick with. And musical theater.
Because Vicky, the last time that you were in, so you had some news that you couldn't share about a past young man that was involved with your theater.
Yes.
And you couldn't share any information. And I think that information is now out because I think I saw something posted over the last like 3 or 4 months, and I'm like, oh, that's the kid that Vicky couldn't tell me.
He had gone to AMDA in New York. It's a musical theater school, and now he's working in his first professional job on a cruise ship.
He's like on the Disney cruise ship
So
or something like that.
I can't tell you the parts he plays, but yeah, because you just are not supposed to. But yeah,
That's so
he's
cool.
traveling all around the world. And then of course we have one at PCPA. Maybe she's graduated already. And then we have a young lady at Cal Poly in their theater arts program becoming a theater teacher. So we've got kids that have gone off to theater schools. We have another one. Shane now is in San Diego State, I think, in their theater program. So it makes me really proud of things what I've created, and I get so proud of them.
So these schools that have their theater departments now kind of look at you as a valid stepping stone into their program because of what you're doing here in your smaller, compared to, your bigger, like colleges.
Yeah.
And they can actually get scholarships.
Yeah, they put their stuff down on their resume. We have a little I think she's 9, maybe she's 10 now, little girl Quinn, who is playing little Anna in Frozen at PCPA. And that's her first professional show. And she has been doing TV and booking TV things too. So it's really fun to see her grow and take off. And then we have several kids that have agents in our theater.
Really?
So that have been Super Bowl commercials and lots of different things.
So for somebody that's never been to the Applause Children Theater, what show would you recommend, like, to get a really good impression, like a feel for it? What would be a good one?
Well, out of these two shows, I think it depends on your child's age that you're thinking of putting them into theater. So if you have a 5 or 6 year old that you're thinking, I wonder if they'd like theater, then definitely Charlie Brown. if you got a little older, between eight and up or something, I would definitely come see Sound of Music or both shows. Charlie Brown's inexpensive, because it really does give you an idea of the caliber of where your child can grow to. And the thing about our theater, I grew up in musical theater, and the premise in that musical theater in San Jose was all kids are cast in the show. And so that's, if you register when it's before I shut it, because I can't have 100 kids on the stage, then you're in the show. And then auditions are mainly for me to pick the parts. But it's not like you audition and then you sit by your phone waiting to see if you made it, and a 5-year-old gets told you didn't make it in. You know, no, in my opinion, children at that age who want to be in a show shouldn't be told you didn't make it this time, because that might be your next JC at 12, you know?
Right.
And
you do something that now everybody makes it.
Yes.
Where they're all, they might change the same main character.
I do double casting in my bigger shows usually. So we have two, like we'd have, except the junior show, I don't do that. But let's say this was a spring show, we would have had two Marias and 2 Von Trapps and 2 everything. So lots more kids get an opportunity to be a lead and learn how to act. The junior shows don't do that, but Charlie Brown does. In Charlie Brown, we have 2 Lucys, we have 2 Sallys, we have 2 Marcys. So we have 2 of some parts, to give everybody on that stage in Charlie Brown says at least 1 line or more.
And how does people find you or find the events that are coming up?
Well, you can go to our website, applauschildrenstheater.com. You can get tickets there for both shows. You can make donations there. And you can register there for things. Summer camp registration will be coming up soon. And our spring show you can get on a wait list for, which is going to be Annie. So you can find us there. You can find us on Facebook, find us on Instagram.
And so you have the Sound of Music coming up. Is your next show.
November 14th and 15th. And Charlie Brown is November 22nd.
And tickets are on sale right now. Are they looking like, you think both of those will sell out as well?
Well, Charlie Brown definitely will. I think there's only 75 tickets left for that
one show?
There's 2 shows, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and there's only 75 for both left.
Okay.
And for that day. And we do allow some at the door. We try to squeeze people in, but we can't allow, I mean, if 70 people come to the door, that we probably wouldn't be able to fit all them in. So it is really wise to get a ticket. And then for Sound of Music, Friday night is almost sold out. I think there's like 7 tickets left. But Saturday afternoon and evening do have over 50 or 60 tickets left. So.
Gotcha. And what's your biggest spring show?
Annie.
Annie is your biggest spring
Annie
show.
will be coming up. Mm-hmm.
And is that a 2 weekend?
It's a 1 weekend, 4 shows.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And everybody's playing the same thing, or is that the one that you have?
That's the one I'll probably double cast mini roles.
Cast.
Sometimes the boys don't get double cast because we don't get as many boys, but I would love to have some more boys audition. Annie has great roles for teens, and of course for the little ones, orphans, you know. But it has great roles for teen boys, really great roles. And for the teen girls, but it'll be a fun show as well. It'll be really fun.
JC, what is your favorite show to be a part of, or what has it been?
Probably this one. Probably Sound of Music.
She loves Julie Andrews.
It's not even funny how much I love Julie Andrews. I love her so much. But yeah, this show has been so much fun. This role is such like an emotional roller coaster. It's almost feels sometimes like playing 2 different people at the beginning of the show and at the end of the show, from how much my character changes and stuff. But yeah, this show, and the music is just beautiful in this show. This show definitely has my favorite music of any show we've done.
Well, the costuming in this show is
the
incredible. Kelly Case Horn is our costumer, and together, you know, I give her my vision, but then she's a magician, and she is so good at sticking to the era and getting like the soldiers' costumes to be exactly to the era of the German soldiers, or
1938.
Yeah, and everything from the wedding dress to the little kids, you know, uniforms that the Von Trapp kids wear. It's just all to a T, to the teapot that we use. You know, perfect. She's just a magician.
Vicki, what do you have on your horizon that you haven't done yet with the theater?
I'd like to do Bye Bye Birdie. Yeah, it's an old show with some of the advanced kids. They really want to do Frozen. We'll see.
I don't know why.
I don't know. Some of them want to do Frozen. We'll see. I haven't done Aladdin, and I'd really like to do Aladdin. And I'd like to maybe do Fiddler on the Roof with the older kids. So the advanced shows are kind of fun because the kids are older. We can do themes that are a little older.
Such as like what?
Like Sound of Music.
Fiddler on the
like
Roof.
Fiddler on the Roof.
Okay.
If we wanted to do Guys and Dolls. Things that you just the younger kids wouldn't understand the story.
Right.
You know.
Is like Wizard of Oz? Is that
we did that?
You guys did stuff like that?
Actually, that was our first show, and then we redid it as our 10th show. Not our 10th year, but our 10th show. That was just last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was really fun because I invited all the original characters from the first show to come back, and I framed a piece of their costume for them and presented that to them. And so that was really fun to see the original Dorothy come back and watch this new Dorothy. And I actually have a picture, the little girl, Eliana, that played Dorothy this time. When she was 5, she came to see the show, the very first show, and she has a picture with the Dorothy from that show. And then she got cast as Dorothy in the second one. So it was really fun to see when she came and saw the show. She's like, I want to do this and I want to be Dorothy one day. And here she was, cast as Dorothy when we did it the second time.
Do you stay in touch with your students after they move and go on?
Oh, definitely.
Do they come back and be a part of the growth and what you guys are doing?
Yeah, some of them do. Amani, who is at Cal Poly right now, she comes back and helps in summer, or she'll help choreograph things. I'm hoping to get her back to work with us once she graduates. But kids come back all the time that have been in the shows, and they come back to watch the show, or they come back to do tech or anything like that, or help junior direct. So I'm sure that if JC's still around, she'll help junior direct or help with the shows. She can be in the junior shows until she's over 18 though. So
that's when they age out. They age out at
our spring shows, yes, 18. But our junior shows, we go a little past that. So 18, 19, 20. It just depends on what I need and if there's a 20-year-old that wants to be in it. So.
And then for the shows that you guys coming up, your Sound of Music is a little bit older.
Yeah, 10 and older.
Student.
Yes.
You call them students, or do you call actors?
Yeah, actors.
You call them actors.
So but they're, like I said, there's some new kids in there too. Jackson's new, beautiful voice, young boy. That's one of the Von Trapp kids. He's brand new. Is there anybody else brand new that's their first show? I'm not sure. But they all have just gorgeous voices. So, and they
have you ever been completely like knocked out of your seat by some young thing that you didn't even expect?
A couple of times actually. When she auditioned for the first time, our voice, where we just went to her voice.
When I passed out?
Yeah.
You should just jumped up and says, ta-da!
Yeah. And when Amani, who's now at Cal Poly, when she auditioned and sang, it was like blown away. But I think the one that just blew me away and was like a godsend from heaven down was when we did Little Mermaid. And are you familiar with that production?
Well, I haven't seen the show, but I've seen the
and there's
movie.
the eels, right? The 2 eels. And auditions, we had these twin boys walk in. Cal and Parker walked in. And they're twin boys, and they auditioned for the part. And I just went, oh my goodness. And they were great. Perfect. And they got cast as the 2 eels. And so we had these twins playing the 2 eels.
Flotsam and Jetsam.
Yeah. And now they're 2 of the boys that have an agent, and they've done some amazing things. They did a Super Bowl commercial, and they've done a lot of other things too. But they're so good, and their voices are really good too. They both played the lion as well in Wizard of Oz in 2 casts. So that was pretty fun to see.
And they were newsies.
Yeah, but it's hard to say because they all hit you in a different way,
Vicky, let me ask you a real quick question. What are some of the things that you guys are needing over there at the theater that
Yeah, well,
is it items? Is it?
We have been so blessed recently with that question from an organization called the Sharkey Foundation. They've called us twice now over like 2 different seasons and said, we just love what you do. We came and saw a show, and we love what you do. What do you need? And they funded really great mics. So now we have 15 wonderful mics. And they just recently funded a portable stage for us too. So I love getting that question because there are so many things we need. We definitely need funding to start saving for a bigger rehearsal room if we can find a building, or if somebody has a building out there and they want to be part of us and can give us 2,000 square feet for, you know, a reasonable price and write off the difference, you know, because we are a nonprofit. But as far as things, just funding to keep our price low. And there's other theaters that kids have to pay almost $800 to be in a show, and we're not anything near that. So, and then there's kids who can't afford it, so you could donate to a scholarship fund. And if someone says, I want this money to go towards scholarships, we put that there, and we don't touch it until there's a need for that reason. But just general overall working, if we have things to cover, you know, a little bit of rent, or if we have things to cover a costume, you can donate $25. That'll cover one costume for a child. It just puts more money into the theater and less money that we have to raise prices for. So,
do you guys do any type of other fundraisers?
We have not done any large fundraisers yet, but we want to plan that. So we, anybody that has a place we could use for a big fundraiser. But we haven't done that. We have not done a huge fundraiser. We do, Charlie Brown is a great place where we usually do our giving Christmas tree. So if you come to Charlie Brown, there will be things like ornaments on a tree that have like a dollar amount on it, and you can take one off and donate that amount of money. And it's everything from like $25 for a costume up to a month of rent if you wanted to do that. So we like to do that, but we are thinking about doing a gala. But there's so many organizations that do these, you know, big fundraisers in our town that, you know, it's hard to compete with.
I think there's a lot of fundraisers, there's a lot of opportunity, but I think there's also a lot of people that really, you know, like myself, you know, I was talking about the melodrama, you know, earlier. I've never been before. I think went there as a kid when I was like in 4th grade, you know, and I remember very little of it. And we got invited to go to the melodrama for something, and I was like, this is fun.
Yeah.
I didn't, and again, I didn't expect that. I was walking in thinking in my mind of the way it was going to be, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm just, you know, I had a blast because it was so entertaining.
Yeah.
And, you know, again, we were talking about, you forget that they're kids, you know, and there's some kids, or, you know, the adults kids, and I just forget that I was watching. It was just entertaining. It was very entertaining. So I just think that, you know, perception of theater isn't what you have play out in your mind.
I love our building. We couldn't do it without the help of our landlords, who have been just so gracious to write off some of the rent for us and give us a place to be so long. And we can be there for as long as we need to be, but it definitely is a dream of mine to have something a little bit bigger. And so we
can you accept items? Do you have rooms for items?
Yeah, absolutely.
So props,
costumes, give us a call. I won't necessarily say yes, I'll take them, but I'll see what people have. So like old phones. I mean, I know Annie's going to need old phones.
Like the ones with cords, not old cell phones.
Right, or the old-fashioned ones. Like, you know, for Annie would be an old-fashioned phone, you know. Yeah, and costumes, you know, vintage costumes, or, you know, any of that. So we had some donations of that for this show. We've used quite a few of them. So, yeah, items as well, or items for our raffles. We do some raffle baskets in the lobby during each show. We have the floral parlor in town always donates the flowers for parents to buy in the lobby. So
awesome.
We're very blessed. But I think our biggest desire right now is a bigger rehearsal room eventually. We made an offer on a building, but it didn't get accepted for more space. So we know God will open it up when it's time, and we're just waiting patiently, and we're very thankful for where we are, and that it still works, and that we have, you know, landlords that believe in the arts, and they're just wonderful.
Awesome. So. And people can go to your website and get in contact with you there? Again, where's that?
ApplauseChildren'sTheater.com. The phone number on there is mine, so if you want to reach the director, you can just reach me right there. I can't guarantee I'll answer all the time, especially if I'm in rehearsal, but I will get back to you.
Awesome. So. You got Sound of Music coming up in 2 weeks.
It'd be a great date night for a husband and wife, or just a group of ladies to come and watch it together. But we got to get you there. So you tell me when you want, and I'll get you a ticket. And because if you've never seen it, you got to see it.
And tickets for Sound of Music is, would you say 15?
No, Sound of Music is 35.
Okay.
And 35 and 15. But you can. There's a couple of codes you can use, KPRL, and get a discount.
Okay. And then you got the Charlie Brown Christmas coming up at the end of the month.
That's $15 and $1.
And that's after Thanksgiving?
That's the 22nd, just before Thanksgiving break.
The weekend before Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Awesome.
So.
Well, very fun, ladies. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
Really appreciate it. Good luck, JC.
Thank you.
You know, I mean, based on that little bit of a...
And that's the second song. You just get chills because the first song, the nuns, all had to learn their song in Latin. So we have these 10-year-olds and up learning Latin in this song, in this show. And they sing 2 songs in Latin.
Wow.
So, and then she comes in with that. And it's just like, after that, you're just either crying or chilled.
Is it a crying show?
It is.
It is?
There is definitely times when you'd be crying.
So is that what you're really shooting for? So you look out and you see people bawling? You
so.
want that?
Yeah,
You're like,
it is a
succeeded.
compliment when people come up to me and are like, "Oh my gosh, I was crying. It was so good." I'm like, "Oh, cool."
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this show, that's the
you'll be laughing or crying.
Yeah, that's the wonderful thing about this show is that it's like it makes you laugh, it makes you cry. It's just this kind of roller coaster of a show that's
full of emotions.
Full of emotions, yeah. But it's just such a good show. It's if I'm not mistaken, I think it's
the 60th anniversary.
Oh yeah, it is the 60th anniversary of The Sound of Music, and it's one of the highest grossing films ever of all time. It beat Gone with the Wind when it came out for the highest grossing film. But yeah, and it's still one of the top. I think last I heard it was still 3rd highest grossing film, but that might have been a while ago.
And I do know that there's some people who have said to me, "Oh, I'm so over Sound of Music. I've seen the movie so many times, and I've watched a play."
I don't get how you can be sick of it.
Even if you think you're sick of it, you will be just immersed and enthralled in these young kids that are up there putting on such a professional production, and you'll be involved because kids come down the aisles, and so we very much immerse the audience into a lot of the show.
And it's not like a copy of the movie.
No,
there are
not
things
at all.
that are different. There are a lot of things that are similar, but there are things that are different. So it's not going to be like you're just watching the movie again.
Yeah.
But,
awesome. Well, ladies, thank you so much for coming on. Wish you all the luck with Sound of Music coming up and the Charlie Brown Christmas. And so, once again, you can go to applauschildrentheater.com and check out your tickets and get some tickets. Or if you want to help to donate and be a part of the journey, you can also do that as well.
Yeah, we sure appreciate you always having us on. So.
Absolutely, anytime.
Thank you so much.
Vicki, thanks so much. JC, good luck.
Thank you.
Doesn't
Thank
sound
you
like
so
you
much.
need it. More just water, maybe.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks again.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys. Hey, if you guys want to check it out, you got Applause Children's Theater coming up, and you got Sound of Music coming up in 2 weeks, November 14th and 15th, and you got a Charlie Brown Christmas coming in on November 22nd. You don't want to miss that one as well. All these kids put on so much time, so much effort, and it's a great time and a great cause. We will take a break, and we'll be right back to the Morning Brew. When it comes to comfort, trust the team that's been keeping the North County homes cozy since 1995. At Templeton Heating and Air Conditioning, they're your hometown pros right here in Templeton. From tune-ups to repairs, remodels to new construction, even duct replacements and attic ventilation, they got you covered. Call your neighbors at 805-434-3741. Templeton Heating and Air Conditioning. Local, trusted, dependable.
What's up, North County? This is Teresa Branch with Airflow Filter Service. We are a family-owned business right here in the North County. We have air filters, oils and lubricants, and hydraulic hoses. We provide services that include air filter cleaning, DPF cleaning, and waste oil collection. Come check us out at 1140 Ramada Drive, and we can help you with all your automotive and industrial vehicle needs.
Hey, welcome back to the Morning Brew, guys. Hey, I want to thank Ronnie over there at Borjon Auto Center and all the crew over there. Make sure you guys go check them out. They're over there on Golden Hill Road and 46. They support locals, so should you as well, guys. We also want to thank John Couch over there at Estrella Warbirds. They have their event coming up this weekend. Salute to our heroes. Happens November 8th over there at Estrella Warbirds from 10 to 3. Go check it out. There's also a killer car show going on. And I want to thank Vicky and JC over here from Applause Children Theater for coming in and sharing with what they got going on. They got the Sound of Music coming up in 2 weeks, November 14th and 15th. And they also have the Charlie Brown Christmas coming up November 22nd. So make sure you get your tickets and go check it out and support them. Guys, we can't do this without you and our sponsors. We'd like to thank Escalera Wine Travelers Hideaway, Visit Atascadero, 805 Custom, MGP Coating, Premier Ag, Trailer Barn, Story Termite Pest Control, Borjon Auto Center, Kennedy Club Fitness, Airflow Filter Services, and Templeton Heating and Air. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you next time. When it comes to comfort, trust the team that's been keeping the North County homes cozy since 1995. At Templeton Heating and Air Conditioning, they're your hometown pros right here in Templeton. From tune-ups to repairs, remodels to new construction, even duct replacements and attic ventilation, they got you covered. Call your neighbors at 805-434-3741. Templeton Heating and Air Conditioning. Local, trusted, dependable.
Hi, I'm Glenn McWilliams.
And I'm Annie. As sixth-generation farmers, we understand what it takes to keep a ranch, a farm, and a community growing strong.
And that's why we started Premier Ag to bring quality feed, trusted Western wear, and real service to the Central Coast.
From hay delivery across the county to hands-on support for local youth and ag programs, we're proud to give back to the community that raised us.
And when we say from seed to stable, we mean it. We've walked the fields, we've fed the animals, and now we're here to serve families just like yours.
Come visit us at 1041 Paso Robles Street in Paso Robles and experience the difference of a store built by farmers for farmers.
From seed to store, where quality meets country.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today, we can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers, we have friends.
Looking for a top quality concrete coating in SLO County? Hi, I'm Matt Gifford with MGP Coatings, your trusted local expert in durable, long-lasting concrete coatings backed by Pentec's limited lifetime warranty. Whether it's residential or commercial, we deliver expert craftsmanship, premium products, and unbeatable customer service. When we say we make concrete great again, we mean it. As a locally owned, community-driven company, we take pride in transforming garages, patios, pool decks, wineries, and even interior spaces into stunning, functional areas. Are you ready to upgrade your space? Give us a call at 805-952-5301. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, or visit mattgiffordpainting.com. Join the MGP Coating family today.
What's up, North County? This is Teresa Branch with Airflow Filter Service. We are a family-owned business right here in the North County. We have air filters, oils and lubricants, and hydraulic hoses. We provide services that include air filter cleaning, DPF cleaning, and waste oil collection. Come check us out at 1140 Ramada Drive, and we can help you with all your automotive and industrial vehicle needs.
Atascadero isn't your standard getaway. We're unique, just like you. We're growing, transforming, and figuring it out as we go. We're a town filled with innovators, artists, makers, and game changers. We're a little bit country, a little bit funky, and always authentic. We're here for your good times, your slow times, and your changing times. We're all in Atascadero. Come see for yourself. Learn more at visitatascadero.com.